Hey everyone, this is George Dennehy. I was born without arms, and growing up, especially in middle school and high school, I was bullied a lot by the other kids in my school and in my class, and it was really hard being different and not fitting in with everyone else and being called a lot of bad names, and and for me, that ended kind of when I became an adult and I grew up, and everyone else kind of grew up too, for the most part. That seemed to end, but I'm recording this video and doing this video because, there seems to be something else that happens, at least in my life, and then I'm willing to bet in other people's lives too, who have disabilities. And it's not so much of a blatant bullying that takes place, but there's something still there. And the thing that's still there is, I think that when people are uncomfortable, when they're in an uncomfortable situation, or they feel weird, or something's different that they're not used to, I think the natural response to that, for everyone really, is to distance yourself from that situation and try to get out of that situation, because it makes you feel weird, it makes you feel uncomfortable. So for me, whenever I'm at an airport, or I'm out and about, or grocery shopping, or just at the store, or wherever it is, a lot of the times what happens is people will kind of just ignore me. Probably because they're uncomfortable, and they'd rather, pretend I'm not there than face the fact that I'm standing right there in front of them, and they're probably going to have to interact with me, which they've never interacted with somebody without arms in their life. So there's kind of this little ignoring that takes place. And I don't think that it's a purposeful trying to be mean kind of thing that goes on. In fact, I'm willing to bet that it's more of like a sparing me from awkwardness or something. I don't know. But that kind of seems to be what happens more so nowadays for me, and as I'm an adult now. I don't really get bullied anymore, but I get ignored, and I get kind of, just ignored a lot when I'm out and about. And I'd like to just say, for me, and I'm willing to bet for a lot of other people with disabilities too, who I'm sure have experienced this, is really just as bad as back in middle school or in high school when I was being called names and just being picked on. It distances me from society. So I guess what I'd want to say is to encourage whoever's watching this, really, to remember that when you come into an encounter with somebody like me, or you're caught off guard by someone with disabilities, just remember that, even though they're different on the outside, or they have a disability, or, they're just different, they're also the same. I'm also human. I also desire to be accepted and loved and feel like I'm liked and appreciated. Anytime that there's that ignoring that happens to me, I don't feel like that, and it really does hurt. So I'm not trying to call anybody out, because I'm sure it's just like a subconscious thing that happens a lot of the times. But I'd really encourage you to step out from that discomfort, and just remember that people are watching. And people are really feeling what's happening to them. And especially people like me, people with disabilities, who encounter this kind of stuff every single day. So I want to encourage you to go out and step out of that discomfort and just be a light. Thank you.